virtue signalling BBC, ITV and Channel progressive, so-called liberal narrative. We will show the foolishness of our fear-driven political leaders who jump, or worse still, knowing it but hide important questions. Firstly, is the media accountable to anyone, in any way, and silence anyone for speaking inconvenient truths? Truths that may raise questions about government policy. Is the UK any different from China, Russia or Iran in their treatment of dissidents? And of course, for Piers Morgan, for Jeremy Vine, for the BBC, ITV and Channel 4, it's a tutorial on journalism. Keep watching it, you'll learn. Our story appears to start and end in a brief playground incident at Almonbury Community School in Huddersfield. A playground scuffle. One boy poured a bottle of water on another child. The school dealt with it, and that should have been that. 3 weeks later, however, a video clip of the incident surfaced, and within hours, with the help of lawyers and the ignorant rankings of ITV's Piers Morgan and the BBC's Jeremy Vine, it was made. Were turned upside down. Such playground incidents happen every day. So why was this spat between two boys transformed into global news? Well, one of the boys was white, and the other, a Syrian refugee. At which point the truth of the matter was buried beneath an avalanche of agendas and opportunity. Within hours, the Race Hate Brigade was sharpening their blades.
Routinely, when somebody comes from Syria, fleeing Assad's regime, coming to a place like this, when you get treated that way, that's an issue. And the whole world is looking at it.
Where are we? We're in Almonbury. Do I say the scene of the incident? Is it the scene? Is the incident? It's the scene of the Great Lie. I call it the Great Lie because this lie was pushed around the globe. Yeah? This here is the school where the world was told a Syrian refugee was waterboarded by a racist English bully. We're in a playing field here, and you know what, this is the first time I've been here. Because when this blew up on the news, it's a child's school. Kids are in school. I didn't come outside here. You see the scenes outside here where the Imam was here with mobs of men, yeah? Mobs of Muslim men. Extremists travelled up from London, such as Ali Dawah, to cause a scene outside this kids' school. Anyway, but I'm here. Why am I here? I'm here because I face a court case. I'm being prosecuted, it's gone to the High Court, and I have to prove, I made a video stating that it was a lie, stating that Jamal wasn't innocent, and telling some facts about Jamal beating up girls, an instance that I've been warned about by the members of this community to tell the truth about what happened at this school. I've got to prove it in court, so I've come to Huddersfield, I'm now going to knock, I need to find witnesses, I've got addresses for many, and talk to them, and see who I can get to come to court to help me prove to you, the public, this is about as much as proving in court as proving to you, the British public. It was the only journalist in the country who told the truth about what happened in this community.
The story you were told. You were told that a vulnerable Syrian child refugee had been bullied and waterboarded by a nasty white boy. You were told it was a racist attack. You were told of the dangers of far-right extremism. You were invited to agree that this kind of intolerance could not be tolerated. Was he vulnerable? Was it a racist attack? Our evidence shows the answers to both these questions was no. Was the Syrian lad waterboarded? Why was this word used? What about this? Was that waterboarding? Take a look at this. A group of non-white children beating up a white girl. It went viral online, but it wasn't touched by the mainstream media. It wasn't made into a global story. Why not? Meanwhile, the usual suspects had lit the fire and were gleefully stoking the flames.
Everybody was exposing the scumbag that did this, who I hope gets severe retribution.
And of course, the politicians. They're always quick to jump on the bandwagon. Theresa May, Sajid Javid, Naz Shah, Nicholas Soames, Winston Churchill's grandson. Such moral outrage. And it's not just the media and the politicians. In today's Twitter and Facebook-driven worlds, where celebrities and groups compete to virtue signal, most of them driven by the warm feeling they get by expressing their moral outrage, or by fear. The fear of what might happen to them if they don't. Everyone who's anyone pumped the Bailey Jamal story. Boxers, Lennox Lewis, Huddersfield Football Club, celebrities from across the globe. Let's have a look at all of the celebrities and blue tick brigades who pumped the Jamal story. And here are some of the people who pumped the story you watched earlier of the white girl getting beaten. Sadly, whether it's politicians, celebrities or other groups, none of them are wise enough or paused long enough to ask whether they have the whole story, to check the facts, to find the truth. But why let the truth get in the way of such a good story? And this story was just too good a story. Two lads in the playground scrap is not international news. But racist white thug waterboards helpless Syrian refugee, boom! Racism can't be tolerated, beware of the far right. That's their kind of story. We'll hear more about the middle and left later, but they clearly weren't going to miss out on this.
Representing might be too harsh a word, but I'm here as a concerned citizen.
Mohammed Amin Pandor, a Mufti on a mission. He rushed to Almond Breed from his mosque in Batman, a town at the far end of the district. In fact, there's 40 mosques closer to this one. But perhaps Mufti Pandor had his own agenda. You see, his little brother, Councillor Shabir Pandor, is the leader of Kirklees Council in Huddersfield. And they were having some pretty bad news days at that time. By the way, Mufti Pandor, he's the same guy who ordered the Islamic mob to come to the school in Batley and demand the sacking of the RE teacher who showed a cartoon of Muhammad in a discussion about free speech.
Look at what we do as a community and you will understand our stance. So what has happened is totally unacceptable. Yeah? And we have made sure the school understands that. The teacher has been suspended. The teacher has been suspended.
You may recall the teacher had to flee and he's still in hiding under police protection. Luckily, he hasn't ended up like Samuel Paty, the French teacher who was beheaded for having a similar discussion in a classroom about free speech. You see, free speech is essential for any society wishing to maintain intellectual and social progress. But not all societies are bothered about intellectual and social progress. Should we be silenced by the demands of Mufti Pandor and Sharia law? Should we sacrifice our freedom of speech? Should we sacrifice the free and open exchange of ideas? Should we sacrifice the cultural inheritance of which we are all custodians? But back to the bad news days in Kirklees and the playground incident in 2018. There was also Kirklees councillor Masood Ahmed.
I'm not aware of there's a problem at the school. That's something I was starting to find out in terms of that there is a problem at the school, and that is something I will definitely be picking up.
Now, some of you may remember this.
Michael is going to explain what's going to happen next, right?
Being arrested? I am being arrested.
Causing a breach of peace.
I've caused a breach of peace. I'm being arrested.
The content of what you're
Can we just say
The content of what I'm streaming, I'm being arrested for breach of the peace. Being arrested for breach of the peace. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. Can you get me a snitch up? Can you get me a snitch up?
Can you just turn off my feed?
Can you get me a snitch
Turn
up?
off my feed, please.
Yeah?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, can you explain it? What does that mean? What does that mean? At the same time as this playground spat between two young lads, 20 Huddersfield men were being jailed across Yorkshire at Leeds Crown Court for what would be the biggest grooming gang Britain has ever seen. Ultimately, 35 almost exclusively Muslim men would be given 380 years in prison for grooming, trafficking and raping young children. Most of them were known to Councillor Pandor's Kirklees Council. Mufti Pandor travelled for half an hour to rabble-rouse a gang outside the school gate over this playground incident. When within a couple of mile radius in Batley, police have arrested a further 99 men in relation to historic sex crimes. So far, 32 have been charged. including one Ibrahim Pandor, 41 of Batley. That makes it the highest destination of grooming gang arrests anywhere in the UK. We googled to see what Mufti Pandor has said about these grooming gang atrocities. Nothing. We googled to see what Councillor Masood Ahmed's condemnation. Nothing. In fact, we can't find the condemnation from the Mufti's brother either, Councillor Shabir Pandor, leader of the council. Just one statement from him, reported in June 2019, telling the National Working Group of Child Sexual Exploitation Response Unit that his authority had moved forward. That's it. They've moved on. Never mind grooming gangs, gang rape of young children. All these men seem to be far more concerned about what happened in a playground at Almonbury Community School, or about cartoons of their prophet Muhammad. I think I now realise how difficult this is going to be. Everyone's confirming what Jamal was like, including the school staff. But as soon as I mention this camera, as soon as I mention court, I need someone to come to court, they just totally silent straight away. No one can have said that. No one can have said this. They jump in, it's raining. But I'm realising how difficult it's going to be, but I have got an idea for that now, after today. So, but first stop McDonald's, yeah? Let's go to McDonald's, because I'm starving, it's been a long day. Yeah, I'll see you on YouTube. Yeah. See you. Smaller in real life, no? Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. No, I'm fine, thank you. Cheers, though. Yeah, thanks, mate. Very nice to see you. No, thank you, bro. Steve, how are you, mate? Tommy. I'm good, mate. Bro, mate, have you still got all those hidden cameras?
Yeah, of course I have, yeah.
Could I borrow them? Yeah, but when I say borrow them, I'm going to need to take them for weeks because I've got so much to do. It's a long story, I'll explain when I see you. But I'm in a bit of a situation, I need some hidden cameras.
Yes, not a problem. I've got something together for you.
That's it. So that's the idea. The idea is, I've got a friend there, Secret Steve, who has all sorts of cameras, yeah? He's a private investigator. I need to show the public everything I've heard today. I need the public to hear and know the truth. I need them to know how much they've been lied to by the media about what happened in this town. And the only way, unfortunately, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with hidden cameras. Because today, I've heard the truth, but I need everyone of you to know the truth. And everyone's too scared. That's why I said Project Fear. Everyone is too scared to speak the truth or to come to court. So I'm going to end up getting hammered in court. The whole world told I've lied when it happened. Was only journalists in the UK told the truth. So we need to prove it. So we'll shoot down the motorway now. Go get these hidden cameras. These are all. So this is a tie. There's a camera in there. That's the camera. Mad, isn't it? The camera there. You've got everything here. Cameras, glasses. I don't wear glasses, so that's going to be awkward. That's the bottom of a coffee cup. So you put that on the bottom of a coffee cup. I feel like James Bond. This today. That's the camera. I'll have to take this off, but it doesn't matter because apparently this records all the audio, records everything. That's the camera, and I feel a little bit dirty in this, but it is the only way I'm going to get people to speak. And then I need you to hear what I hear.
The idea that people would roam the streets looking for them was a public. The fact that the video itself, although it showed the accumulation of things that built up to that, did not deserve what happened to him or to anybody else in that situation. I'm afraid the media, I call it the perfect storm. I was getting emails from Pakistan, from Australia, from America, telling me to resign. So it went worldwide, and I'm afraid I can